welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're well. Today I have a fairly short practice for you, but it's a nice flowing sequence that will get you fired up, ready for the day ahead. We're going to start off standing at the top of the mat. Just a reminder, as always, if anything comes up in this practice that doesn't feel quite right for you or doesn't feel safe, then please be kind to your body and ease out. Take breaks when you need to. So standing at the top of the mat in mountain pose, Tadasana, we have the feet hip distance apart. We'll turn the palms to face forwards and start to lift the chest. Take a nice long breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose. Sighing out through the mouth. And once more. We'll inhale to reach the arms out and up overhead. Nice big stretch up to the sky. Bring the palms together. Exhale, just bring the hands down through the center and let them rest again. Again, we'll inhale, reach the arms up, big stretch out and up. Exhale, hands come down through the center. Once more, inhale, reaching up. This time, soften the knees, slowly come all the way down. So big bend in the knees, let the belly rest on the thighs, let the arms hang down and let the head release as well. Take 2 really full breaths here, as full as you can. Bring the fingertips to the mat, step the right foot back and drop the knee down to the ground. If you need a bit of extra padding for that knee, you can always roll over the edge of the mat. We're going to stay on the fingertips here, just lift the chest, look forwards. Breathe into this, it might be feeling a little intense through the hips. And then walk the hands back very slightly, pull the hips back and lift up the toes of that right foot. So we're looking to straighten out this left leg. Just a nice deep breath here, maybe lowering the chest down a little bit closer to the leg. And then slowly coming forwards, bring the hands back either side of that foot. We'll step through into plank pose, so slide the left foot through. You always have the option to drop the knees and take half plank instead. But if you are in a full plank, press back through the heels and reach the shoulders forwards. So we're in this nice straight line through the body rather than this, which will feel much nicer and much easier. So really want to engage through the core. One more breath in. And then exhale down to the belly. You can drop the knees first, or you can lower down like doing a push-up. Point the toes back. We're going to take the hands a little bit wider and a bit further forwards. And we're coming up into Cobra, slowly reaching the chest up and forwards. Inhale. Exhale, release back down. Do that 2 more times. Move at your own pace. So we inhale as we lift up. Exhale, floating back down. Once more. Then bring the hands back in under the shoulders. Just going to press up onto the knees. And if you look at where your hands are now, we're going to place the forearms down there. So the elbows come down to the mat, the palms are facing down. Shuffle the knees just slightly further back, and then we're going to extend the arms and bring the forehead down to the mat. So we're keeping the bum lifted, hips are lifted up over the knees. The arms are as straight as you can get them, and the forehead is resting on the ground. So we've got this big shoulder opening pose, Anahatasana, heart to earth pose, or sometimes called puppy pose. Deepen the breath here. So we're going to lift up into downward facing dog. So just shift your weight forwards onto the elbows slightly. We'll walk these knees in just a little bit closer. Then we're going to lift one arm or leg at a time, one limb, that's the word I'm after. So we're going to start, we'll keep the palms placed down as they are and tuck the toes. We're going to lift one elbow to straighten the arm, lift the other elbow to straighten, and then we're going to try lifting up just one knee and then the other, bringing the hips up to the sky into downward facing dog. Then we can pedal into the feet, start to stretch out through the calves, through the hamstrings. Keep pushing the palms into the mat so we still feel that opening through the shoulders, same kind of sensation as we had in puppy pose or heart to earth pose. Take a nice deep breath. Then we're going to lift the right leg for three-legged dog. Inhale, point the toes up and away. And then exhale, step that right foot forwards. And then bring the left foot up to meet it. Come to your forward fold. We'll come into a full expression of forward fold here. So either with the fingertips on the ground or with the hands on the backs of the legs. You're going to lower the head down. Think about reaching the crown of the head towards the ground. And the sit bones, bony bits in the bum, up towards the sky. So keep a bend in the knees if you need to. If you're a little further along in your practice, you might start to straighten the legs for just 2 breaths. And then soften the knees, let the arms hang down, and slowly roll up the spine. Coming up to stand, and we're back into Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms wide and up overhead. Exhale, soften the knees, bring the hands all the way down, forward fold. Nice. Bring the fingertips to the mat, step the left foot back and lower the knee. Again, you can roll over the edge of the mat for a little bit of extra padding on that back knee. Keep the fingertips on the ground, lift the chest, look forwards. Nice deep breaths here. Waking up the hips. Then we'll walk the hands back slightly. Pull the hips back and lift up the right toes as you straighten that right leg into this half split. Again, maybe lowering the chest down a little bit, just taking a couple of breaths here. And then nice and slowly bring it forwards, bending that right knee, bring the hands back in line with the foot. Lift up the back knee, slide this right foot through, and we're back into plank pose. Again, reach the shoulders forwards, press the heels back. Pull the belly button in, take another breath in, and then exhale down to the belly. Point the toes back, just one lifting to Cobra now. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale to lower. We'll come straight up to downward facing dog this time. So tuck the toes, push into the palms, lift the hips up and back. Again, really pushing the ground away with the hands and reaching the heels down towards the mat. Doesn't matter if they touch the mat or not, just reaching them in that direction to lengthen through the backs of the legs. Then we'll lift the left leg for three-legged dog. Point the toes back. Inhale. Exhale, step that left foot forwards and then bring the right foot up to meet it. Come into your forward fold. So lowering the head down, reaching the sit bones up towards the sky. Either with the fingertips on the ground or hands on the backs of the legs. And don't worry if this is not quite as deep as you normally would get. If you are practicing this in the morning, everything tends to be a little bit tighter, a little bit stiffer. So just go easy on yourself. Nice, then we'll bend the knees, slowly roll up the spine, coming up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a breath here. Then bring the hands together at the heart. Lift the right knee, find a little balance. Bring that knee as close in towards the chest as you can. Take a breath in. And then exhale as you step that foot back. Place the toes down and come into a high lunge. Inhale to reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, pivot on the back foot and open out into Warrior Two. Shuffle that back foot a little bit wider if you need to, so you can get nice and low in the hips. Turn to look to the top of the mat, so gazing out into the distance past the left fingertips. Shoulders relax, belly draws in, squeezing through the glutes to keep those hips nice and open. Then turn the left palm to face up, reach away with that left hand, and then bring it up to the sky. Right hand comes onto the back leg, and then lean up and over to reverse warrior. Keep this back leg really switched on, press back through the heel. Take another breath. Then reach that left arm back through to Warrior Two. We're going to straighten this left leg, turn the toes forwards, and then bring both heels in very slightly, so toes are turning out. Bend the knees, bend the elbows, come down into Goddess pose. So knees are opening out wide. We again draw the belly in. Try not to lean forwards here. Try and keep the shoulders over the hips. Reach the elbows out, spread out the fingers. 2 more breaths. Release through the mouth if you need to. And then we'll inhale to lift, straighten the legs and turn the heels out, so toes turn in. Exhale, bring the hands down behind you, interlace the fingers. Draw the knuckles down as you lift the chest. Inhale. And then exhale, hinge from the hips, keep those legs straight. Lower the head down and reach the knuckles up and over. Try and shift your weight slightly into the balls of the feet rather than the heels. Find your breath. Same idea as that forward fold at the front of the mat. We want to lift the sit bones up and draw the crown of the head down. 1 more breath here. Then press down into the feet. Draw the knuckles down as you lift the head up. Nice and slowly. Take the arms out. Turn the left toes back to the top of the mat. Bend that knee back to Warrior Two. Then bring the right arm up and over. Swivel back into a lunge and step through to plank. Take a breath in. Exhale down to the belly. Point the toes back. Inhale, lift the chest to Cobra. Exhale to release. Tuck the toes, come back up to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Try and relax through the jaw, soften the muscles of the face. Try and find a sense of ease through those areas that don't need to be tensing. So the muscles that don't need to be working, things like the forehead and the jaw. Then inhale to lift the right leg, point the toes up. Exhale, step that foot forwards and bring the left foot up to meet it. Come to your forward fold. Again, soften the knees, roll up the spine. Nice. Inhale, take the arms wide and up overhead. Exhale, bring hands together at the heart. We're going to lift the left knee this time. Bring the knee up and in towards the chest. Lift as high as you can. Take a breath in. And then exhale, bend that standing leg. Reach back with that foot and come into your lunge. Find your balance, sink down. Then we'll inhale to send the arms up to the sky. Exhale, pivot on the back foot, come into warrior two. I'm going to turn around so I haven't got my back to you. So we've got bend through the right knee, left leg is straight, and we're gazing out to the top of the mat. Draw in from the core, engage the glutes. Then turn the right palm to face up. Reach away with the right hand. Bring the left hand onto the back leg, and then right arm reaches up and over for reverse warrior. Keep this back leg switched on. One more breath. And then we'll bring this arm back over, back through to warrior two. Straighten the legs, turn the toes in. Then bring both heels in slightly so the toes are turning out. Sinking down into goddess pose. Bend at the elbows. Spread the fingers wide, reach the elbows wide. Again, notice if you're leaning forwards, try and keep the shoulders over the hips. Try and tuck in the lower part of the ribs here. Nice, one more breath. Then we'll lift up, straighten the arms and bring them down behind you. Interlace the fingers and see if you can do it with the opposite thumb on top this time, just to really balance it out. Now turn the toes in so the heels are wider than the toes now. Reach the knuckles down as you lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. So the knuckles reach up and over. And press down through the feet, lift up from the kneecaps. And shift the weight slightly forwards so it's not all on the heels. One more breath. And then nice and slowly start to lift the head. Let the knuckles draw down. Release the hands. Turn the right toes back to the top of the mat. Bend that knee. And then we'll bring the back arm up and over. Step back through into plank. One last plank pose. Take a breath in. Exhale down to the belly. Toes point back. Inhale, lift the chest. Cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes. One last downward facing dog for this morning. Reach the hips up high. Push through the palms. One more breath. Then lifting the left leg, three-legged dog, point the toes away. Inhale. Exhale, step that left foot up to the top of the mat. Bring the right foot up to meet it. Soften the knees, let the arms just hang down in your forward fold, this ragdoll kind of position. Gently nod the head as if you're saying yes. And shake the head as if you're saying no. And then try doing this with the eyes closed for this last one. Eyes closed, press down through the feet, slowly roll up the spine. Coming all the way up to stand. Just let the arms rest by your sides, keep the eyes closed. Pause and notice your breath. Now bring the hands together in front of the heart in Anjali Mudra. Thank you for joining me on the mat this morning. The light and life within me bows to the light and life within you. Namaste.